You've asked for it. It is finally here. The Wake Up Guyana Show with yours truly, Leonard Gildari. Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Make your voices be heard. Call us. Text us. Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. The Wake Up Guyana Show.
Let December 2020 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby with 4 different options to win. Follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Welcome to your newscast right here. Welcome to your news at noon right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. I am Joshua Van Slykeman. The news comes to you with the kind compliments of Predo Baby. In our headlines today, Exxon's behavior in Guyana is an attempt at colonization, according to international lawyer Melinda Janke. Oil companies must employ locals in front of foreigners, according to Suriname oil law, while Guyana has no local content legislation. In the Peters Hall land giveaway scandal, dare the former NISIL CEO Horace James authorized lease clause charge. That should be lease clause change in North Heath, London, according to his lawyer. And infrastructural investments needed to bounce back from COVID-19, according to the IDB report. And in the COVID-19 impact, we still need to find a balance and not open up as if things are normal, according to emergency medicine specialists. And lockdown likely for Region 6 villages as COVID-19 case spike. And according to the chairman, as the country's death toll climbs to 144. And the Guyana Police Force audit reveals over 150 weapons missing. Minister Ben says findings alarming. Get the details of these stories and much more when the news returns.
Introducing the new Digital Prime bundles. Better than anything we've ever offered before. More music on D-Music. More messaging on BIP. More radio streaming on Go Loud. More storage on Bello. More control on My Digital app. With the new Digital Prime bundles, it's never been easier to get more digital experiences. Plus, extra data. Get 30 gigabytes with a 7-day Prime bundle for only $2,000. So much data, so much fun. Buy in My Digital app today. Digital, better together.
If something doesn't look right, then there is something wrong. And if you suspect child abuse, then you must report it to the Child Care and Protection Agency. During this time more than ever, we have to be the eyes and ears of abused children across the country. So if you see it, or you know it, or even if you just think it's child abuse, then you must report it to the police or call the CPA hotline on 227-0979.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
And now for the news in details. I am Joshua Van Sleckman. Just before we bring to you today's news in detail, let me bring to you today's front page comment that is titled, All Guyanese Must Speak Out. Guyanese should take note of how the coalition operates in some things. It is engaged and lively on others. As cold as a tombstone, it blows hot and cold. One former NISL chief, Calvin Heath London, and the secret land deals, the coalition is a bundle of energy with strong denials and procurements. The coalition leaders goes into overdrive when they are required to plunge holes in their leaky boat. On the other hand, the same leaders are as cold as death when it comes to Guyana's oil. They are frozen stiff, unable to say anything of significance on the issue. The APNO AFC is not inspired by what the Suriname leaders has done and have done with their oil. It is context to muddle along as though oil has no bearings on Guyana's prosperity and as if it is the last thing on its agenda. Given what the PPP has done with our oil and all the lopsided deals that the APNO AFC signed away during its time, Guyanese should be asking themselves if there is any hope left for a good future for them and their children. It is not time that Guyanese speak out about the many oil corruptions and the skullduggeries that harm their future. Is it not time? And now for the news in details right here on Kaieteur Radio. International lawyer Melinda Janke believes that ExxonMobil's relationship with Guyana amounts to an attempt at colonization. Speaking to an anti-colonialist of the Kingston University professor Andrew Higginbottom during an online forum, Janke said last month that the main purpose of colonization is to take a country's resources and to pay little or nothing. The colonizing entity co-opts the political elite, then the colonizing entity and the co-op political elite rely on agents and accomplices. Together, you have an unholy trinity that completes the colonization. She explained that in order to get away with this, ExxonMobil has to fool people. She reminded that in the old days, European colonizers promised civilization and better faith. We tell you now that no stone is left unturned when it comes to the Suriname's securing maximum benefit for its people. In fact, the Surinamese petroleum law explicitly mandates that the employment of foreign personnel is strictly limited to functions for which there are no experienced and qualified Surinamese national available. In layman's terms, this means that unless Surinamese are not qualified for a job, locals must always be chosen in front of foreigners or expatriates. The petroleum laws goes on to mandate that oil companies must utilize all possibilities so that the Surinamese national can gain expertise in and acquire a responsible position in the activities within the law. Just days after his arrest, Calvin Heath London Legal Counsel has brought claims that it was the former Chief Executive Officer Horace James, now deceased, who authorized the amendment to the state-owned National Industrial and Commercial Limited (NISL), and leases presently at the center of the police investigation into the giveaway of prime state lands at Peters Hall. In a detailed release, the former NISL CEO, attorney Nigel Hughes, stated that London, in the company of his lawyers, went to the Criminal Investigations Department Police Headquarters Eve Leary last Friday and was immediately arrested for conspiracy to defraud. In a 2020 investor information presentation, ExxonMobil said it has identified considerable undrilled potential of more than 50 leads in the block it operates offshore Guyana. The supermajor is looking to do more drilling in prospects targeted in the Kaieteur, Kanji, and Stabroek blocks. The blocks Exxon operate offshore Guyana now amounts to more than 11 million acres. It is the operator of all three blocks, with various partners making up which owns the licenses. It has made 18 discoveries in the Stabroek block since 2015 and there should be an encounter just 2 dry holes in the block. It is said that it's testing the extent of a deeper play across the Stabroek block so far, and the drilling done by the company is in the Bleemount Stabroek block and has only reached a very small portion of the block. The Inter-American Development Bank, or the IDB, has urged governments around the Caribbean to invest heavily in infrastructure as means to secure economic growth post-COVID-19. The bank, in its Caribbean quarterly report entitled A Pandemic Surge and Evolving Policy Responses, included details analysts for Guyana, Jamaica, Barbados, the Bahamas, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. The IDB pointed out that the Caribbean countries are particularly well placed to benefit from increased or accelerated public investment in part of the region's significant needs. Regional Chairman of Region 6, David Armagon, said yesterday that a lockdown is likely to take effect as the coronavirus disease continues to spread in villages within the region. On Saturday, the Ministry of Health reported 88 new COVID-19 cases, of which Region 6 East Berbice quarantine has chalked up 35, representing more than 40% of the new cases. In an invited comment with Kaieteur Radio, Armagon revealed that the steps are being taken to contain the disease to the most affected districts within Region 6. According to the regional chairman, Siparuta, a small indigenous village located about 1.5 miles from the Quarantine River, accumulated for at least 16 positive cases, making the district with the highest of cases within Region 6. A current audit of the Guyana Police Force by the Special Organized Crime Unit has revealed that over 150 weapons have vanished from the forces. This revelation comes after the very audit discovered over $150 million in funds being misappropriately used. Kaieteur Radio confirmed that the missing gun discovery with the Minister of Home Affairs, Robeson Ben. Ben, in an invited comment, told Kaieteur Radio that the audit is being conducted. It is not simply worrying but alarming that such a number of weapons cannot be accounted for. You're listening to your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. More news ahead. Stay with us.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Thank you for joining us. While there are sections of the world still struggling to cope with the impact of COVID-19, here in Guyana, things from all indications have largely returned to normalcy. This has even translated to government outreaches and other activities where persons gather in their numbers, sometimes not adhering to the COVID-19 guidelines. Taking note of this state of affairs, emergency medicine specialist Dr. Zulfikar Box shared his belief that defying recommendations are being rebellious seems to be the trend these days. Worrying, he said, is the fact that the virus thrives in a reckless environment, which have catered nicely to a second wave of the disease in some parts of the world. But standing up to this disease and by extension helping to sustain mankind's existence could be as simple, Dr. Box reminded, as wearing a face mask, distancing oneself from others as much as possible. This means, he said, avoiding crowds at all costs, especially those in closed spaces where there are no free flow of air. Persons can also help to safeguard themselves by keeping clean and remaining home, only venturing out if it is necessary. The number of COVID-19 cases is steadily increasing and can only be retained according to Dr. Box if unified action is taken. This, he noted, is especially important during this phase of the pandemic. Just before we wrap things up here on Kaieteur Radio, let us bring to you today's page 7 that is dedicated to being blunt. We will be more blunt than usual today. Robert Prasad should be removed immediately from his post as Foreign Secretary. Donald Ramotar should cease receiving his pension. This should happen to both of them until they come clean with what happened and why with the Kaieteur and Kanji blocks. This way, President Ali would show that he is serious and honest with Guyana's oil. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. Let's remind you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by picking up a copy of the Kaieteur News at a newsstand near you, or head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. The news came to you with the kind compliments of Predo Baby. I am Joshua Van Slegman. Thank you for joining us.
Let December 2020 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby with 4 different options to win. Follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your